System. Hey, and when the swimmers come out, they have this beautiful glowing slime all over them. Now, if your special someone happens to have an air conditioning unit like this,
after this video, we're going to do my birth chart.
Buy yourself a nice little jar of salmon eggs like this. You can get it at any sporting goods store. Open it up. Oh, dump it in the main filter unit, and in a couple of minutes, they're going to think they're living in Newark.
Oh shit. Newark reference.
Looks like Captain Happy's problems go back a few generations, huh? Well, if you get inside a house like this, here's a couple more things you can do that are fun.
What the fuck? How are you getting inside of your Mark's house? Like, yeah, if you get inside of a house like that, it's over. You know what I mean?
Firstly, the thermostat. This is a heat thermostat. You want to turn it all the way up on high, especially on a nice hot day. And then you take some glue out, and you pop it right in there so it stays on high. A couple of hours, they're going to have that sauna they've always dreamed of. The kitchen is a limitless source of retribution. One of the neat little things I like to do...
Breaking and entering wasn't illegal until 1994. Yeah.
Switch the labels on the canned goods. Peas, carrots, onions, with other kinds of canned goods. Things like menudo, corned beef hash, dog food. Imagine the surprise when you open up what you think is a can of salmon and there's nothing.
I'm surprised they haven't like brought up the age-old fuck the Mark's wife technique. You know what I mean?
But dog food in there? Pretty good gross out, don't you think? Now, when most people open the refrigerator, they expect to find food inside. What if you got there ahead of your mark and, say, put some dirty laundry in there, huh? How about that? Look at this. Quite an impressive little fruit salad, huh? Oh, what do we got here? Oh, it probably belonged to the pool man, huh? Wait a minute, what do we got here? Ooh, little breeding room in there, don't you think? Well, if that doesn't gross them out, you could probably think of 1,000 other things that will, all inside the fridge. Think about it. Get the big picture, huh? Finally, here's what my father taught me. Now, if the house has a dishwasher, and these kind of cupcakes usually do, you just open it up, and you get all the good dishes, and you jam them inside, and then you get a packet of dye, just like this, and you stuff it inside. You shut it, you let it mix around, and their whitest china is going to look like a Rorschach test.
Why did they talk like that? What's up with that? Like, why did the people back then talk so weird? Someone explain this to me.
Well, that's it for now, kids. Just remember, trashing your enemies can be a lot of fun.
Thanks, Kyle. And now, to wrap things up, let's pay one last visit to our experts as they tell us their favorite act of revenge.
My sister's husband, one day, just finally decides to leave. Takes off to the Bahamas with some other chick. Then he sends her a letter about 3 weeks later saying he wants a divorce, but he needs money. He tells her to sell their 1986 Porsche. She can keep half as long as she sends him the other half. So she puts an ad in the paper. Brand new 1986 Porsche for sale, $10. The phone rang off the hook. First guy that comes along, she sells it to him for 10 bucks. She keeps 5 and mails her husband the other 5 bucks. But the topper is, she starts dating the guy that she sold the car to. Ends up marrying him. She gets a new husband and gets to keep the Porsche.
You know, my favorite act of revenge is really the oldest one in the books, but I love it because of the payoff. All you have to do is call your Mark as many times as possible during the day or the evening. And every time you call, you ask for Peter or whatever name comes to mind. Now, after 4 or 5 times, the Mark is going to be a little irritated. After a dozen times, he's going to be pissed off. And after a couple of dozen times, he's going to be violent. Now, you stop calling at about 10 o'clock at night. You wait until about 2 or 3 in the morning, and then you call him up again and you say, "Hi there, this is Peter. You had any phone calls for me today?" I know that it's silly, but it's still my favorite gag.
Oh, shh, don't tell my wife. Look,
Let me tell you my favorite revenge story. Just happened. A friend of mine, a construction worker, just went through an ugly divorce. His wife and he argued constantly over who was going to get the convertible. Well, he lost. And of course, his ex-wife kept rubbing it into him. So I suggested that one night he get a cement truck, which we did. We went over to the house, and there was the car parked in the front with the top down. So what did he do? You pour the cement into the car, right up to the top. I guess you could say that their relationship was cemented, but a little too late.
You know, this may not seem like anything extraordinary, but I like it because it works so smoothly. I like checking the Mark's mail. I take out the bills every day. I do this for a couple of months, even the ones, and especially the ones that are overdue and last notice. The funny part is the Mark won't even notice this is happening until the utility companies turn off his telephone, his gas, his electric, etc. And he'll have a lot of fun listening to those bill collectors pounding down the deadbeat's door.
Deadbeat? You forced him.
I had a buddy once who got evicted
What if he's paperless? Yeah, not in the 80s, dog.
from a house he was renting. What buddy? It was me. Yeah, and I wanted to get back at this landlord. I wanted to get back bad. And he lived so far away, I thought I'd pull something off real sweet. So I decided to sell his house. That's right. It was really, really simple. All I did was call a real estate agent. Real estate agent comes down to the house. We sign the papers. I tell him, hey, sell it for half of what it's worth. I want to sell now.
Wait,
They
what?
make the deal. By that time, I'm out the door.
You can't do that. Wait, what? You definitely, that is like, okay, some of this stuff is like, it's not murder, but I mean, they basically are just like doing very obvious, transparent crimes. And like crimes that you can't really pull off either, realistically.
I don't want to talk about what the final result was, but I wonder what happened to that down payment.
So there you have it. I truly hope that you have enjoyed this edition of How to Get Revenge. It has been our pleasure to inform you of the options you have if and when you should find them necessary. It is also our hope that you will never actually have to use any of these methods. Excuse me. Hello?
Yeah, is this Linda Blair?
Yes?
Yeah, Linda, my name is Rick. Listen, I was driving down the street past your house a few minutes ago, and I saw some smoke coming from your house.
Oh my gosh! Oh, well, thank you for calling. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, I have to go. I hope you had fun. Bye!
Come on, that's the oldest trick in the book. Come on, Linda. What the fuck is wrong with you? You can't believe that. Come on. We just taught you how to fucking con somebody. Damn, bro. This is the longest fucking outro credit sequence of all time. There's one on how to survive edged weapons. Where are they now? Prison. Where are they now? Dead. State-sanctioned capital punishment. Execution. One of those guys had like 11 bodies, dog. He was like, cut the brake lines from your mark. Yeah. Murder first degree. Multiple counts. Is this on as a Red Letter Media arc? I don't know what that I don't know what Red Letter Media is. How to Survive Edged Weapons is a legit cop training video. Yeah, since I'm going to EU soon, I need to learn that. But before we do that, I'm actually going to do my natal chart reading. So let's put on some copyright-free content.